Hi Leo, my name's Leona from Super Conscious Soul, and this is your December love reading. So underneath the deck, or the overall theme, we have the Four of Wands, and this talks about a leveling up, let's say. It talks about an engagement, it talks about marriage, but it talks about a coming together of two forces, a coming together of two opposites even, that brings about a sense of peace and brings about a sense of harmony. But it also talks about them being able to work very well together. So underneath the other deck we have take a moment, stop. Now is not the time to rush into the decision you're about to make. Before this important decision is made, take a moment to pause and quiet your mind so that you can ask your soul for guidance before you act or move forward. Okay, and then underneath the other deck we have the Three of Pentacles, and this is talking about someone working on their inner self, working on their self-love, working on their seat of power, working on their creativity, working on the things that they love. So putting that energy and that focus into creating something that they love. So, and we come into the reading with the Two of Swords. Sorry, my nose is very itchy. We come into the reading with the Two of Swords, and this is saying that you are, it's almost like it's asking you to take some time to reflect, to take some time to meditate. It's very much working with this, yeah? And it's also saying that when you allow yourself to meditate, when you allow yourself to take time to reflect, it's like there's a quietening of the mind that's needed for you guys this month. And then once you do that, we have Judgment, and we have this, it's like spirit talking to you. Spirit, Jiminy Cricket, spirit. It's about them. Once you quieten your mind, it's about them being able to hear the messages coming in and to hear them clearly. And once you do that, I feel like that's how you're going to be able to make that decision this month. Because next to that, you also have the Two, which is the High Priestess. And this is like taking time to listen to your intuition. It's taking time to reflect on all of the knowledge that you know. It's also about being given this knowledge, being given this from spirit. It's like saying, look, listen, because you're going to get the messages this month. Sorry, my nose. Well, you're going to get the messages. But what the messages are telling you is the Queen of Rods. Now this is a fire sign. She's very passionate, and it's about putting where you put in your creativity, where you're putting your energy, because I feel like you're going to go through a higher period. The Queen of Rods in this deck also has like a crystal ball on top of her stick there, and it's saying that the route for you guys this month is through your creativity and through listening to your intuition and listening for guidance from spirit. So the next card you have is the Chariot. Sorry, my nose is really over. All right, thank you, spirit, thank you. Okay, the Chariot is asking, it's about two forces moving together. It's about a relationship coming together. It could also be about the blending of a relationship, because we got the old woman who lives in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. But in this deck, the children look very happy. They're not swinging from the trees. They're very content. It can talk about the blending together of two families, but it can also talk about, with the Chariot, not to kind of push this process. It's a process that needs to kind of come together slowly. There's a need to work together, and no one energy is kind of driving it. There's a need to also, it could talk about the fact that it's about just making choices about where you want to move forward and what's best for your highest good at this time. But I do think a lot of them choices are about blending, or about families come together, or an extension of the family, or even like an adoption within the family. That could be the case as well. So your energy card for the end of the line is: life devoid of passion can be boring, uninspired, blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is the time to recognize your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. Okay, so the next line we have the Knight of Wands. But this Knight of Wands, he's very courageous, he's very bold, he's very handsome. The only thing is, he's not cultured, he hasn't refined all his manners yet, he hasn't quite smoothed all the edges of he doesn't quite know when he's putting his foot in it sometimes, or when he's being too dominating. It's about, there's a need to pull back for you guys this month. I feel like there's a lot of domineering energy, and it could be linked to your passions, and it could be linked to what you're doing creatively at the moment. So job could be good, business could be good, you could be going down new creative routes in terms of that. And I feel like for you guys, it's talking about just be careful, because he's a guy, or she is somebody that is prepared to take the rough route, and sometimes that rough route could be a little bit too rough for somebody. So that is just a note there. It's also saying that you have the Wheel of Fortune, so things are in your favour. But the Knight of Wands could also be talking about like jobs coming in your favour. It can be invitations, it could be somebody asking you out on a date, but they're a little bit rough around the edges, or it could be, yeah. But this is more fire energy. So you have the Queen of Rods. The Empress could be either Taurus or Libra. The Chariot is a very Cancer energy. It could also be, with the Chariot there and the Empress, that there's a need to be more emotionally nurturing within a relationship for some of you guys. There's a need to kind of nurture and kind of use more of the nurturing side, rather than the let's go do this, like the fire energy this month. Sorry, I was trying to get that out. And then we go to the Three of Pentacles, which is in the center of your reading, and it's saying that there's a need to kind of be grateful for the people that are around you, be grateful for the things that have got you into the position that you're in now. Leo, sorry, you're in now, Leo, and it's saying just remember to like be grateful, be thankful, and to appreciate those around you. And we also have the Six of Rods. So this is talking about an energy where people are gathering around you, they're supporting what you're doing, there's a rainbow. It's like in terms of work, you're feeling like you're making a lot of progress, or in terms of movement, it could be creativity, it could be moving home. I feel like, but it's just saying to you, with this card as well, she's also saying there's no place like home. There's no place like home. So it's just reminding you to be grateful and be thankful for the base that you have. She's saying there's no place like home, and just remember that these people are necessary, and they've been there to support you possibly, or you could feel like it's the other way around and people are not supporting you in that way. We then go on to the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands is the movement from the Six. This would move up from this. And this is about somebody standing on higher ground. It's like, look, all of these people have put their wands down. They're not willing to fight. They know that you are on this higher ground and you are on this plateau. But it also goes with the Eight of Cups. Now in this deck, the Eight of Cups is little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider who sat down beside her and scared little Miss Muffet away. So yeah, it's just about, I feel like the energy doesn't need to be too domineering. You are already on top. You've already won the battle, let's say. You have the support. You are moving forward. But it's just reminding you to take note of how other people could be reacting to this around you, possibly. So then we have relationships. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life, how you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond to different situations and people around you. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul growth. And in your final row, we have the Sun card. But in this deck, it's saying that, yeah, it's saying everything's okay because it is the Sun card. But it's just saying that there is some feelings that you're having, and yeah, they are justified, whatever that means to you. We also have these two guards here, so it's just saying to remain on guard and open for difficulties. It's also telling you with the Chariot card to think about the future and to think about establishing your future and where you need to go with that. So we then move on to the Hermit. And this talks about taking some solitude, taking some time out for yourself, taking some step back. But with this Hermit, he's also saying that, look, sometimes we step back and we wonder who's going to step forward. It could be that kind of energy. It could be either you or your partner is taking some step back to see whether you're going to step up to the plate or not. We also have the Queen of Cups. Now in this deck, she's got her emotions open. She's wanting to show her emotions. She's wanting to nurture people, but it's also about, she can also fill up too much space, in the sense that when she moves back, it's like allow others to fill up that space for you, is what I'm saying. So as you step back from a situation, allow others to show you how much they want you, not in a manipulative way, but in a sense of just seeing where people's emotions are at in that way. Like if there is a situation that you're having to be on guard for, and then you step back, it's saying see who steps forward to nurture you. But it can also suggest that somebody's going to step forward to lend a helping hand or to nurture you, or you could be that nurturing energy. And then I feel like for some of you, towards the end, we have this page of Cups, which talks about a new love offer, and it talks about a romance that's now kind of very childlike, very innocent. It's kind of very open, very romantic. It's very free. There's a new energy to this romance here towards the end of the month, and that could be for relationships or for singles, yeah. But I mean a new energy in terms of long-term relationships, or a new energy coming in terms of singles. So we also have with that the Queen of Pentacles. And it's just saying to have some self-care for yourself. A lot of the signs have been getting that. Just to take some energy for yourself, whatever self-care means to you. It's also kind of barren on this side of the Queen of Pentacles. So it's just saying maybe you need flowers around you. Maybe you need to ground yourself as well, to ground your energy this month, Leo. Because I do feel like you really are on fire in terms of your passions and what you're getting involved with this month. So your final card is Memories. It says your memories are like diamonds in the treasure chest of your spirit. More and more memories are arising within you. Remember the happier moments with your loved ones who are here in the spirit world, for neither time nor distance can stop the energy of love that you have for one another. So a lot of us are getting spiritual messages and messages from our ancestors and connections from our dreams, and it's because of this Gemini Sagittarius kind of opposition at the moment with the sun and the moon, and also there's like a galactic black hole. So your message from your heaven communication cards are: stand up for what you know is right. We are supporting you. Now I pulled this extra card to go with the memories. So there you are. So I feel like for some of you guys, there's this sense of being on guard, but you go within to find out. It's like you go within because the answers are within you. it's very much saying that you need to listen to that little voice this month, Leo. You need to listen to your intuition, and you need to follow your passions and inspire passions. But be careful to not be too dominating with your energy this month, and look at how others maybe